Chapter 721. Many years ago, Lin Yan had only heard that this person seemed to be planning something in secret and had put it into action. After that, she had vanished without a trace. Given Ling Yu's status, there was no way she could get in touch with that person. She couldn't possibly know what she was planning or what she had done. Not only had that woman disappeared, but a few of her confidants had also gone missing. Initially, Ling Yu hadn't believed that that person would die. However, there had been no news of that person. Thus, Ling Yu had slowly accepted reality. That insufferably arrogant woman must have died after experiencing a major accident. At first, Ling Yu hadn't been able to receive that person's instructions. She had even lost herself and didn't know what she should do. However, now, she had become a member of the Pei family and led an ordinary life. She had left that unfathomable circle. Perhaps, she could accept it. Ling Yu had even forgotten about her past until she had met Lin Yan. Lin Yan was indeed very similar to the woman in her memory. However, Ling Yu had only met that person once many years ago. It had only been a few seconds. If Ling Yu were to describe that woman's appearance, she might not be able to remember it. She had been living in a circle that ordinary people couldn't imagine. She had been adopted by that woman's subordinates and had been working for that woman ever since she could remember. All these years, she had been homeless. Xiaoye? Lin Yan spoke softly when she noticed that Ling Yu had fallen silent. Ling Yu snapped back to her senses and turned to look at the girl in front of her. Indeed, how could this girl be that arrogant and haughty person? She was easy to get along with. She didn't put on any airs. She could even be good friends with her. Friends. If she was that person, how could she treat her as a friend? She was like the sun, moon, and stars, while she was like dust. The difference between them was huge. Sister, it's really nothing. When I first met you, I just felt that you resembled someone. Ling Yu glanced at Lin Yan and chuckled softly. Someone? Lin Yan studied Ling Yu. Is it someone you know? Ling Yu fell into deep thought. She was just one of that person's subordinates. She couldn't be considered to be familiar with her. Ling Yu immediately shook her head. Of course not. That person is a super demon. Lin Yan felt a little helpless when she heard Ling Yu. So you think that I'm a super demon? Sorry, she's not worthy. Sister, you are indeed a super demon in a certain circle, Ling Yu said thoughtfully. Ah. Lin Yan was taken aback, as she had no idea what Ling Yu was referring to. The famous Yeva. Ling Yu chuckled softly. Lin Yan glanced at Ling Yu in surprise. How did she know? How could Ling Yu know his identity so clearly? Sister, I'm actually an excellent intelligence agent. My intelligence network is spread all over the world. Ling Yu smiled faintly. All over the world? Is the Pei family that powerful? Lin Yan was startled. If that was the case, wouldn't Pei Yutong and Pei Yuqing have known about her identity? Chapter 722. Lin Yan raised her doubts. Fortunately, Ling Yu said that she was the only one who had access to the information. She wouldn't divulge it to anyone else. According to Ling Yu, Pei Yuqing had never used Ling Yu's intelligence network to investigate her. Why did Pei Yuqing trust her so much? She had thought that, given Pei Yuqing's status, it wouldn't be surprising if he had investigated his girlfriend's family history. At a charity event, Lin Shiya had arrived at the scene a long time ago. She quietly observed the woman standing not far from her. Qingmin was dressed in a black suit and had short hair. She looked smart and capable as she chatted with the directors of the charity organization. Just as the rumors had said, Qingmin was a workaholic. She had just flown back from City S and had to rush to the next event. The charity ambassador election was imminent, and there were a few other popular candidates besides Lin Shiya. Lin Shiya noticed that apart from her, there were two other candidates with high votes who were present tonight. Lin Shiya didn't think much of them. After all, given her votes, there was no doubt that she would win. Her target tonight was Qingmin. If she could gain Qingmin's support, it would be equivalent to gaining official recognition. It would be a great help to her future development. Gu Xinhan, who was standing next to her, cast a disdainful glance at the two candidates. Do they think they can get close to Vice President Cheng? Lin Xia replied humbly, but Sister Ling and Sister Xian have high votes too. They were still crushed by you. Their votes combined are less than half of yours. Just like your sister, they're just putting on a show. How could Vice President Cheng like people like them? Didn't you see Vice President Cheng's attitude when they went to hit on her just now? As Gu Xinhan spoke, she kept an eye on Qingmin. When she saw that Qingmin had finished her conversation with the directors, she hurriedly reminded Lin Xia, "Xia, follow me." Lin Xia hurriedly followed Gu Xinhan to Qingmin, Sister Qingmin. Gu Xinhan greeted her respectfully. When Qingmin saw Gu Xinhan, she nodded at her. Although she didn't look enthusiastic, her attitude toward the other two actresses was better than before. I've talked to my agent's company about the charity event that Chairman Shui mentioned last time. Our company is very supportive of it. I'll do my best to help. When Gu Xinhan started talking about work, Qingmin's expression became more focused as she started to discuss the details with her. The other two artistes watched enviously as Qingmin and Gu Xinhan conversed. Gu Xinhan has spent more time and energy on charity than she has on acting. It's no wonder that Vice President Cheng treats her differently. What special treatment? Do you think Vice President Cheng doesn't know what she's thinking? After chatting for a while, Gu Xinhan sensed that the atmosphere had calmed down. She pulled Lin Xia aside and introduced her. Sister Qingmin, this is an actress from Triumph Entertainment. Her name is Lin Xia. She came in first in this year's Charity Angel election. Qingmin glanced at Lin Xia from the corner of her eyes. She nodded her head and didn't pay much attention to her. Chapter 723. In recent years, more and more people in the entertainment industry had begun to use charity to gain fame and fortune. The charity ambassador election had also become more and more commercialized. No matter what these celebrities were doing was beneficial to charity. Although Qingmin had never publicly expressed her opinion, she didn't like it. Hence, when Gu Xinhan mentioned that Lin Xia had won the election, Qingmin didn't react. Lin Xia furrowed her brows when she realized this as well. Qingmin was indeed not easy to get close to. Gu Xinhan had promised to introduce Lin Xia to Qingmin, so she couldn't help feeling awkward when she saw Qingmin's nonchalant attitude. Gu Xinhan continued, Xia is the daughter of Triumph Entertainment's chairman, Lin Yuetong. Her fiancé is the young master of the Han Corporation, Han Yishuan. He has been very supportive of charity work. Oh yes, Xia is also the person in charge of Angel's Shelter. Qingmin's expression had remained indifferent throughout Gu Xinhan's introduction. When Gu Xinhan mentioned Angel's Shelter, Qingmin's expression changed slightly. She muttered, Angel's Shelter. Gu Xinhan's eyes lit up when she noticed Qingmin's interest. She smiled and said, yeah. Qingmin glanced at Lin Xia. Are you the person in charge of Angel's Shelter? This was the first time Qingmin had taken the initiative to talk to her. Lin Xia calmed herself down and replied, yes. Qingmin's expression softened as she said, my mother loves cats and puppies. She has mentioned Angel's Shelter to me. Both Lin Xia and Gu Xinhan were taken aback when they heard this. Qingmin's mother was the president of the charity organization? President Cheng? Lin Xia hadn't expected the old president to mention Angel's Shelter. If Qingmin was the person in charge of the charity organization, then her mother, President Cheng Jingqiu, was the most influential person in the charity industry. Although she hadn't appeared in public for many years due to her health issues, and she had left most of her work to Qingmin, she was still very popular in the charity industry. Lin Xia had only wanted to show her face in front of Qingmin. She hadn't expected to receive such a pleasant surprise. Qingmin nodded. Because of your passion, the charity industry is able to continue. On behalf of the charity organization, I would like to thank you for your support. This time, Qingmin actually changed her cold attitude from before and became much warmer. Lin Xia suppressed the smugness in her heart and didn't let it show on her face. Vice President Cheng, you're overpraising me. This is what I should do. The conversation between Qingmin and Lin Xia was overheard by many people. When the others saw how much Qingmin appreciated Lin Xia, they chimed in. Angel's Shelter isn't just the first in the country. It is also the largest and most comprehensive animal rescue organization. Miss Lin has put in a lot of effort to establish it. Xia is the philanthropic ambassador this year. She's fully deserving of the title. Gu Xinhan heaved a sigh of relief. Not only had she done Lin Xia a favor, but she had also helped Qingmin. She hadn't expected that Lin Xia would catch the attention of the old president. Gu Xinhan couldn't help feeling a little envious. Why hadn't she thought of starting a charity organization earlier? However, this kind of organization was cumbersome and expensive. She definitely did not have the mood to spend so much time and money. Chapter 724. Oh yeah, Sister Qingmin. Will the old president attend the charity angel election next week? Gu Xinhan probed. Qingmin replied, my mother's health isn't good. She hasn't attended events in a long time. This time, I should attend on her behalf. Gu Xinhan nodded in understanding. Her health is more important. Although Lin Xia was a little disappointed that the old president couldn't attend the event personally, Qingmin's words had put her halfway into the charity circle. Lin Xia remained humble and polite. Actually, when I first started Angel's Shelter, I didn't think too much about it. Even now, I just hope that the little animals can have a home. Shakespeare said that compassion isn't forced. It falls from the sky like dew. It's for those who are happy to receive it and those who are happy to give it. I'm doing all these things because I'm happy. Qingmin sighed heavily. Over the years, there have been more and more unhealthy practices. It's rare to see someone as pure as Miss Lin. I'm just a weak light. There are many seniors like Sister Xinhan and people like the old president who are full of love. Lin Xia complimented Gu Xinhan and the old president. Not only did she win Qingmin's favor, but the reporters and philanthropists were also full of praise. Lin Xia's eyes darted around as she continued, there are indeed more unhealthy practices these days. However, there are only a few people who take advantage of the situation. The entertainment industry despises such people. Qingmin had also heard some rumors recently. Her expression was solemn. The most important thing about charity is credibility. It's the same for the charity angel election. The chairman beside her nodded hurriedly. Vice President Cheng, don't worry. I will strengthen the supervision and make sure that it's fair and just. After the charity event, news of Lin Xia being praised by Qingmin after a charity event and being favored by the elderly president spread like wildfire on the internet. In an instant, Lin Xia's popularity skyrocketed. At the same time, Lin Xia and Gu Xinhan's promotional video was released. The internet was full of praise for it. Ah! Today is the day I fell head over heels for Xia. How can there be such a beautiful and kind little angel like Xia? Even the official trailer is out. Xia is definitely going to be the charity angel this time. Of course. Even Vice President Cheng of the Charity Association has complimented Xia. Even the old president knows about Xia's Angel's Shelter. At the same time, Lin Yan's act of showing off and manipulating votes was once again pushed to the forefront of the storm. Her fans and the public were collectively boycotting her. F***ck me. I can't take it anymore. How could there be someone as shameless as Lin Yan? It's bad enough that she leached off Xia's popularity. Now, she's shamelessly using charity to clear her name. She doesn't deserve to do charity work. She's tarnishing the word charity. Who would be blind to vote for her? Did the officials not care about such blatant manipulation of votes? How can you allow such a person to remain on the rankings without disqualifying her? Many fans had tagged the organizer's official website, demanding that they investigate Lin Yan's votes and disqualify her from the competition. In addition, Qingmin had personally reminded the organizers at the charity event that day, so they attached great importance to it. Chapter 725. Meanwhile, in Zhao Hongling's office, Duo was fuming as she read the unsightly comments online. F***CK. Is there something wrong with her? Lin Shuya is too cunning. She directed and acted to buy votes for Sister Yan and then reported her. How could Sister Yan do something like that? Lin Yan was touched by Duo's trust in her. She was about to retort when Duo added, she is so stingy. How could she spend money to buy votes? Lin Yan was speechless. Zhao Hongling's expression was solemn as she said solemnly, what I'm most worried about has happened. The situation isn't looking good. If the officials decide that you have cheated, it will be a huge stain on your reputation. Lin Yan was well aware of this. Previously, there had been a famous actor who had cheated donations. His reputation had plummeted and he had yet to recover. Is there no way to clear your name? Duo asked anxiously. Zhao Hongling shook her head. It's difficult. Given Lin Yan's current reputation, no one would believe her words. Lin Yan grinned. That's good. Then I won't have to attend the charity event next week. I won't have to pay for my makeup. Zhao Hongling didn't know whether to praise Lin Yan for being so carefree or to praise her for her good attitude. Zhao Hongling analyzed the situation helplessly. Lin Yan, don't underestimate the impact of this incident. This scandal will affect you more than all the scandals you've had in the past. It's normal to have scandals in the entertainment industry. However, if you cheated at a charity event, you will be blacklisted by the media. It will be a huge blow to your career. As Zhao Hongling was worrying, Duo stared at her phone with a pale face. It's over. The organizers have made an announcement. Zhao Hongling hurriedly opened the official blog. Indeed, the official Weibo account had announced that Lin Yan's votes were abnormal. She had been banned from voting and had been disqualified from the competition. Zhao Hongling hadn't expected that the organizers would be so swift and decisive. They hadn't given her any time to do anything. Once the official blog was published, this matter was sealed. Lin Yan would have a permanent stain on her reputation. The office fell into a state of panic. What should we do? Toto asked anxiously. Zhao Hongling pinched the space between her eyebrows. This kind of thing actually happens every year. It's done by artist studios, and it's done by fans. In the past, the officials basically turned a blind eye to it. I didn't expect them to directly remove it this time. Maybe the higher-ups gave the order. Zhao Hongling recalled the recent news that Vice President Sheng of the Charity Association valued Lin Shuya. How could she not understand? Duo sighed. It's because Sister Yan is too evil. Everyone supported the organizers' decision, so they didn't have any qualms. If it had been some other artist with fans, the organizers would have had to think twice. Lin Yan couldn't refute Duo's words. The fans she had gained from acting as Lin Pianruo were nothing compared to her huge number of haters. As soon as the official announcement came out, the anti-fans on the internet immediately started beating drums and gongs. Lin Yan has been disqualified. Ha 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 ha, I'm going out to set off a string of firecrackers. How satisfying. The organizers did a good job. We can't let this kind of person tarnish the holy land of charity. I almost died of disgust at the thought of Lin Yan and Shuya being nominated together. Fortunately, there is justice in this world. Lin Yan was amused by the comments. Right from the beginning, she had never intended to participate in this charity event. In the end, she had been disqualified. End of chapter. Chapter 726. Zhao Hongling's head throbbed as she stared at the announcement. In less than half an hour, the announcement had become the hottest topic on the internet. The trending topics were Lin Yan's show, Lin Yan's votes falsified, and Lin Yan disqualified from charity ambassador. Lin Yan was once again vilified by the netizens. Zhao Hongling clung to a last glimmer of hope as she contacted the company she had been working on. Lin Yan had been performing well recently, and Zhao Hongling had helped her secure an advertisement for a pet product brand. She was just a step away from signing the contract. Now that this had happened, she was afraid that Zhao Hongling dialed the number. "Hello, Director Sunday, Manager Zhao. What's up?" "Nothing urgent. I just wanted to know when we will be signing the contract. Lin Yan's schedule is full this month. If you can book a date in advance, it will be easier for me to arrange it," Zhao Hongling replied tactfully. At this moment, the advertising agent changed his previous attitude and said with a laugh, "Oh, no rush, no rush." Lin Yan received a text message from Ling Yu. It was a message from Ling Yu. "Sister Yan, your manager helped you secure an advertisement for a pet product. The company has signed a contract with Triumph Entertainment." Ling Yu was Pei Yuqing's woman, so Lin Yan didn't want to trouble her. Hence, Ling Yu would only send her updates from time to time. Based on Ling Yu's investigative skills, Lin Yan knew that the truth had to be true. Zhao Hongling tried to rush her several times, but the other party seemed to be getting impatient. She sneered coldly and hissed, "Why are you in such a hurry? Do you really need an advertisement? We are a legitimate company, and we are very strict with our artists. How can they be so fast? Just wait and see. If you can't afford to wait, you can look for someone else." After saying that, the other party hung up the phone with a snap. F***ck. This person changed his attitude too quickly. Earlier on, he had called her Sister Yan and even asked for her autograph. He said that Lin Pianruo and Yeva were his goddesses. Duo spat angrily. Ever since Sister Yan's meeting one's match had become popular, she had signed with Summit Entertainment, and she had joined the production team of Legend. Her resources had improved tremendously, and many advertisers had approached her. She hadn't expected that the other party would change so quickly. "I'll try again later," Zhao Hongling muttered. Lin Yan glanced at Zhao Hongling. "Sister Ling, don't bother. The artist has already signed a contract with Triumph Entertainment." "What? How did you know?" Zhao Hongling was slightly surprised. Lin Yan hadn't told Zhao Hongling about Ling Yu yet. She coughed softly and said, "It's a friend's channel. It shouldn't be a problem." Zhao Hongling was momentarily taken aback when she heard Lin Yan. However, she realized that it was within her expectations. However, wasn't the other party a little too much? Since he had already found someone else, he should have just said it directly. Yet, he purposely hid it from them and left them hanging. Wasn't he just toying with them? This advertisement was just the beginning. Lin Yan's future collaborations would be affected, meanwhile. In a quiet courtyard on the outskirts of the imperial capital, Qingmin took off her shoes and entered the house. An old lady was sitting on a bamboo rattan chair in the living room. The old lady was knitting a sweater with a ball of red yarn in her hand. "Mom. You're back. I've heated some chicken soup for you on the stove. Go and drink some. You've been so busy all day that you don't even know how to take care of yourself," the old lady nagged. End of chapter. Chapter 727. Qingmin went to the kitchen and scooped a bowl of chicken soup. As she drank, she chatted with her mother. "Mom, guess who I met today?" "Who? Didn't you always mention Angel's Shelter to me?" "I met the person in charge of Angel's Shelter today. That girl was chosen as the charity ambassador this year," Qingmin said. The old lady's eyes lit up with warmth. She smiled and said, "Oh, it's Xiao Lin. Xiao Lin is a good girl. When I wanted to start Angel's Shelter, all of you were worried about my health and didn't allow me to do anything. Luckily, Xiao Lin helped me. She's only a teenager, but she helped me with everything. She contributed money and effort, and she never complained. I like her, and so do the cats and dogs." She was chosen as the charity ambassador. Can she be chosen? This was the first time Qing Min had seen the old lady compliment someone. She chuckled. Mom, the selection of the charity ambassador has to be fair and just. It's all based on the charity's achievements. You can't get in through the back door. As long as Xiao Lin does well, she will be chosen. The old lady smiled proudly. I'm not trying to get in through the back door. That girl doesn't need me to do that for her. The old lady clasped her hands behind her back and returned to her room. Qing Min shook her head and glanced at the old lady helplessly. She knew her mother's temperament. If it weren't for her poor health these past few years, she could just go out and say something, and the ambassador would definitely be Xiaolin's. There would be no need to use the voting system to elect her. However, the old lady was right. That girl didn't need to get in through the back door. Upstairs, in the old lady's room, there was a huge black cat lying on the windowsill. When it saw the old lady, it meowed lazily. The old lady hugged the black cat in her arms. As she stroked its fur, she muttered, "Speaking of which, I haven't seen Xiao Lin in years. I wonder how that girl is doing." That girl didn't forget to leave Angel's shelter to her most trusted sister. She made sure everything was in order before she left. She didn't let me worry about her. Big Blackie, you miss that girl too, right? It's a pity that my health is deteriorating year by year. I wonder if I can attend the selection this year. If I can, I'll bring you to meet Xiao Lin. We can catch up. In a luxurious villa in the wealthy district of the imperial capital. Lin Yuetong angrily threw a newspaper on the table. You bastard. My face has been thrown away by her. As Lin Xia massaged Lin Yuetong's back, she comforted him gently. Dad, don't be angry. Don't let your anger affect your health. Sister doesn't have any bad intentions. She just wants to participate in the election. The more Lin Yuetong thought about it, the angrier he became. To think that he had gone through so much trouble to arrange a blind date for this rebellious girl. In the end, she had been ungrateful and had embarrassed him. In the end, he did not know what she had done to offend the other party. Lin Yuetong's expression softened when he saw his youngest daughter, Lin Xia. I wouldn't have to worry so much if your sister was even 1,000th of you. Initially, Lin Xia had wanted Lin Yan to attend the event and witness how she had become the charity ambassador. However, she hadn't expected that Lin Yan would be reported by a fan. Qing Min had also spoken to the organizers, so they didn't dare delay Lin Yan's decision. Lin Yan's reputation had been tarnished, and there was no way she could make a comeback. Chapter 728. Lin Yan's reputation had been tarnished, and there was no way she could make a comeback. The mainstream media and major production companies valued their artists' achievements. With such a stain on her reputation, who would dare hire her in the future? Even if Lin Yan continued to work in this industry, she would forever be at the bottom and be trampled by her. She just had to pull some strings and get the production crew to terminate Lin Yan's contract. That would be possible. Lin Xia exhaled a mouthful of impure air as a sense of satisfaction rose in her heart. She had been sickly since a young age, so she had spent most of her time in the hospital. Ever since she was a child, Lin Yan had been the center of attention. Her parents had adored her, and her brother had stuck to her. She, on the other hand, had been better than Lin Yan in every way. However, she had been hiding in a dark corner like a ghost. Even when her parents had divorced, her father had only wanted custody of Lin Yan. Of course, she couldn't allow Lin Yan to stay with her father. They were both her father's daughters. Why? Why was she the only one who could stay with her father? Lin Yan hadn't wanted to leave her mother, so she had insisted that she couldn't bear to part with her sister. Lin Yan had volunteered to stay with her mother. She hated Lin Yan the most because she had snatched away all her love and attention. She had even snatched the man she liked away from her. She had had a crush on Han Yishuan for a long time. She had mustered the courage to confess to him, but he had rejected her. She hadn't told anyone about this, not even Lin Yan. She couldn't accept the fact that Han Yishuan had become Lin Yan's boyfriend. Why should all the good things belong to Lin Yan? The better Lin Yan had treated her, the more she hated her. She had been forced to give away everything that belonged to her. Fortunately, she had already snatched back everything that belonged to her. She wanted Lin Yan to lose all her standing and reputation. Are we still going to the charity event next week? Duo asked hesitantly. Previously, Zhao Hongling had used her connections to get Lin Yan an invitation to the charity event in order to build a positive image for her. Although Lin Yan had been disqualified from the selection, she could still attend the event as a guest. Lin Yan didn't really care if she went or not. She glanced at Zhao Hongling and said, "Sister Ling, you can decide. I'll listen to you." Zhao Hongling was hesitant as well. If Lin Yan attended the event, she would have to face the pressure of the public. She was worried that Lin Yan wouldn't be able to handle it. In order to get this invitation, Sister Ling used her connections and spent a lot of money on gifts. Everything was going according to plan, but who knew that Lin Shuya would be so cunning? Duo grumbled. Spend a lot of money? Lin Yan's ears perked up as she replied solemnly, "Then let's go. It's not like I'll lose a few pieces of meat if I get scolded a few times." Zhao Hongling, looks like I was worried for nothing. Given Lin Yan's situation, anyone else would have collapsed by now. However, Lin Yan seemed to be unfazed by it. The scolding from the outside world might not have affected her as much as losing 100 yuan. Zhao Hongling had pondered this for a long time. Given Lin Yan's current situation, there was nothing she could do to make things worse. Therefore, it was better to leave everything as it was. Chapter 729. At Cloud Manor, Lin Yan had just arrived home when two furry fellows wrapped themselves around her feet. Meow. Lin Yan's heart melted instantly, and the knot in her heart was swept away. She happily fed the two fellows and scooped their poop. Perhaps this was the common trait of a sh*t shoveling official. Ever since they had a cat, they wanted to show off. As usual, Lin Yan showed off a bunch of pictures of her cats after she was done with the food. Then, she became the most popular trending topic. There were stubborn people in the entertainment industry, but no one was as stubborn as Lin Yan. Most people would have stayed at home and refused to show their faces again. However, Lin Yan continued to do whatever she wanted to do. She didn't seem to be bothered by the scolding. Those who knew her knew that she had a clear conscience, so there was nothing to hide. However, those who didn't know the truth naturally thought that she was putting on a show to gain popularity. To be honest, I've seen shameless people before, but I've never seen someone as shameless as her. How could she still show off in this situation? Lin Yan's skin is as thick as the city wall. Yeah. She has been disqualified by the officials for manipulating votes, yet she still has the cheek to put on a show. Vote manipulator, get out of here. I feel disgusted just by looking at you. How dare you dream of becoming the philanthropic ambassador? I think you're more like sh*t. Lin Yan had already spoken to Zhao Hongling, so she didn't have any reservations. She continued to let loose and reposted a comment that accused her of manipulating votes. She replied, "I didn't manipulate votes. There's no need for that. All these years, she had spent most of her income on charity. Other than Angel's Shelter, she had also donated to other charities. If she really wanted to be the philanthropic ambassador, she wouldn't need to manipulate votes." However, she didn't want to trouble the old lady over this. She had no intention of using this to gain benefits. Lin Yan's comment stirred up a storm of criticism. How arrogant. Do you think you're Shuya? You're not even fit to carry Shuya's shoes. If she didn't manipulate votes, the votes wouldn't even be in the single digits. Who gave her the courage to say that? There's no need for that. Ha. Indeed, there's no need for that. Even if you do, it won't change the fact that you're a piece of trash. Lin Yan ignored the comments and clicked on the videos of the recent international competitions. Ever since she retired, her old rival had been doing very well and had taken the first place in several important competitions. While he was watching the match, he heard familiar footsteps coming from the door, followed by a few knocks. Lin Yan clumsily turned off the video and saw Pei Yuqing standing at the door. She had no idea when he had returned. "Mr. Pei. You're back." Lin Yan was surprised. "Yes." Pei Yuqing removed his coat and placed it on his wrist. Then, he undid his tie as he strode in. The two kittens, who had been circling Lin Yan earlier, scurried away the moment they saw him. Lin Yan was taken aback when she saw him. They had been living together for a long time, but he rarely entered her room. Lin Yan didn't have time to think. She strode over and took the coat from him. She hung it on the hanger for him. "You're early today." Pei Yuqing had been very busy. Recently, he had only come home at midnight. However, today, he was back before 8 o'clock. Pei Yuqing entered the room and sat down on the couch opposite Lin Yan's bed. Lin Yan had no idea why he was looking for her. She glanced at him curiously. "Mr. Pei, why are you looking for me?" Pei Yuqing removed his gold-framed glasses and glanced at the girl. "Do you need me to chat with you?" Lin Yan was startled. "Huh? Chat?" Pei Yuqing glanced at his watch. "I'm not busy today. You can set the time." Why did he sound like he was saying, "I'm free today"? "You can set the time?" The corners of Lin Yan's mouth twitched. "Ahem. You can set the time?" Pei Yuqing replied, "Sure." Lin Yan, who had no idea what was going on, instinctively asked, "Can I book you for the night?" Pei Yuqing was speechless. Chapter 730. When she realized what she had said, Lin Yan wished that she could dig a hole and bury herself in it. She waved her hands frantically and said, "Sorry, sorry." It was a slip of the tongue. She had merely said it out loud. She had definitely not been blinded by his beauty and had accidentally blurted out her true thoughts. Pei Yuqing chuckled softly, as though a ray of winter sunlight had shone through the depths of a world of ice and snow. The man replied, "I'm afraid I can't." Lin Yan felt even more embarrassed when she heard Pei Yuqing's reply. Ever since they had moved here, Pei Yuqing had been treating her with respect. He had never intruded on her private life and had been very careful to keep his distance from her. She had thought that Pei Yuqing was a gentleman who respected her. Now that she thought about it, was Pei Yuqing guarding against her? God was her witness. She really didn't harbor any ill intentions. Lin Yan, who felt aggrieved, hurriedly explained, "Mr. Pei, please don't misunderstand. It was a slip of the tongue. Actually, I have good self-control. He wouldn't be unable to control himself and do something like that." Pei Yuqing glanced at Lin Yan with a faint smile. "Yeah, I know." Lin Yan heaved a sigh of relief. She was about to speak when Pei Yuqing paused and added, "But I'm not confident in my self-control." Lin Yan was speechless. Lin Yan almost choked on her own saliva and coughed violently. So Pei Yuqing had been keeping his distance because he was worried that he wouldn't be able to control himself? In the end, Pei Yuqing set the time. "Is 2 hours okay?" Lin Yan, who had finally calmed down, asked hesitantly, "Why, do you want to chat with me all of a sudden?" "Miss Lin, you can look for me whenever you want. However, unless I take the initiative, you won't look for me," replied Pei Yuqing. Lin Yan instinctively rubbed her nose. Why did it sound as though she was a scumbag? That was true. Ever since she had started dating, she had been obsessed with earning money. She had been busier than Pei Yuqing. Even though she had moved here, she hadn't interacted much with Pei Yuqing. She had gone on a date with Pei Yuqing because that fellow had sent her a message. She had celebrated Pei Yuqing's birthday with him because he had reminded her that she hadn't cooked the gift and the meal herself. "Oh, the more I think about it, the more I feel like trash. How has work been recently?" Pei Yuqing asked casually. Something flashed across Lin Yan's mind. Pei Yuqing had taken the initiative to talk to her today. Could it be because of her recent scandals online? He promised her that he wouldn't interfere with her work, but he was worried about her, so he was accompanying her in this way. Lin Yan felt even more guilty at the thought of this. He felt that he was a scumbag. There was a small problem, but it's nothing serious, replied Lin Yan. Although the resources in China would be affected, at least the characters in Legend of Mir 2 wouldn't be affected. After all, Yeva had chosen this role herself. If the production crew contacted Yeva and asked her if she wanted a replacement, she could just tell them that she didn't want to do it. Actually, it wasn't that she didn't understand the messy tricks of the entertainment industry. She just didn't want to do it. Even if she wanted to return the favor, she would do so with her own strength. Chapter 731. Pei Yuqing didn't probe further. He merely nodded and said, "If you need anything, you can look for me." I'm skipping dozens of levels to look for the big boss. Isn't that a little inappropriate? Lin Yan asked awkwardly. Pei Yuqing chuckled. Looking for the boss is indeed skipping a level, but looking for a boyfriend isn't. Lin Yan was so shocked that she almost fell off her chair. Ahem, it had only been a few minutes, but she couldn't take it anymore. Overnight? Who gave her the courage? Lin Yan calmed her racing heart and changed the topic. Oh yeah, did you ask Ling Yu to look for me? I heard that she used to be the boss of Summit Entertainment. Isn't it a bit of a waste for such a powerful boss to be my assistant? Pei Yuqing replied, don't feel burdened. She is free now, so she can decide whether to stay or leave. In other words, Ling Yu had volunteered to be her assistant. Although she had helped, she had only said a few words. She hadn't done anything else. She was overwhelmed by this favor. Lin Yan had initially been worried that the conversation would turn awkward when she was alone with Pei Yuqing. In the end, the two of them chatted casually. Every time they had nothing to say, Pei Yuqing would bring up a topic that interested her. Unknowingly, they had chatted for a long time. 2 hours had passed. Most of the time, Pei Yuqing was the one who was concerned about her. Lin Yan felt that she should be concerned about him as well. Hence, she asked, Mr. Pei, how have you been recently? Pei Yuqing stroked the silver watch on his wrist habitually. I'm fine now. You still have to be careful. Don't sleep too late. Rest early and make sure you get enough sleep, Lin Yan reminded him. Pei Yuqing leaned against the couch and raised his eyebrows. He glanced at Lin Yan and said, it's okay to stay up late occasionally. Lin Yan was instantly reminded of what he had said earlier. Her cheeks heated up instantly. She had never thought of staying overnight. Rest early. Good night. Pei Yuqing stood up and stroked the girl's hair. Good night. Lin Yan's expression changed as she watched him leave. She seemed to be in a dilemma. After hesitating for a while, Lin Yan called out anxiously, wait. Wait. Pei Yuqing halted in his tracks. What's wrong? Lin Yan scratched her head and hesitated for a moment. Then, she tiptoed and kissed him on the cheek. Her soft lips landed on his skin like a feather. Pei Yuqing's pupils constricted. Lin Yan coughed softly. About that tip, Pei Yuqing was startled at first. Then, he chuckled softly as he caressed the girl's cheek with his long fingers. A tip. This customer seems a little stingy. Lin Yan was speechless. How dare he call her stingy? Before she could respond, he leaned forward and kissed her on the lips. Unlike Lin Yan's light kiss, Pei Yuqing grabbed the girl's chin and kissed her passionately. Lin Yan didn't know how much time had passed, but the kiss finally ended when she felt like she had run out of air. Lin Yan panted softly when she heard the man's hoarse voice. Thank you for your patronage. Chapter 732. The next morning, Lin Yan received a call as soon as she woke up. It was Head Secretary Liu of Darling's Home Charity Foundation. Hello, Head Secretary Liu. Lin Yan answered the call. The person on the other end of the line sounded excited when he heard Lin Yan's voice. You finally picked up. Lin Yan replied, ahem. Sorry, I've been busy lately. Did something happen with the foundation? Asked Lin Yan. It's fine. Everything is going well with the foundation. Isn't the charity event next week? Hence, the vice president asked me to call you to ask if you would like to attend, the man said eagerly. As usual, replied Lin Yan. Head Secretary Lu sounded a little disappointed. President, do you mean that the vice president will attend on your behalf? Lin Yan replied, yeah. Head Secretary Lu hesitated for a moment before he blurted out, President, I've heard a lot about you. People on the internet have gone overboard. You're the president of our foundation. Why would you need to participate in a fancy selection? What were those people's brains made of? President, do you really not need us to clarify this matter? No need. It's not that easy to clarify this matter. Besides, there's no need. Don't get involved in this mess, replied Lin Yan. Besides, she didn't want to reveal her identity. Sigh. All right then. Head Secretary Lin fell silent when he saw how determined Lin Yan was. Lin Yan leaned back on the couch and shut her eyes. She had come across Darling's home when she had been looking for her brother. At the time, not many people had paid attention to the foundation. At first, she had only donated some money because her income hadn't been high. Later, she had gone abroad and joined a team. Her income had increased, so she had donated more and more money. Until now, she had donated regularly to the foundation. Besides that, she had also provided fundraising and publicity plans for the foundation. As a result, the foundation had gained more and more attention. Several proposals had been approved by the public. Hence, she had been invited by the person in charge of the foundation to join the project department. Naturally, she had agreed. Later on, her position in the foundation had risen. From the project department to the fundraising department, from the fundraising department to the board of directors, from the chairman to the vice president. Eventually, she had accidentally become the president. The foundation even made an exception for her and allowed her to keep her identity a secret. For some occasions that she needed to attend, the vice president would attend on her behalf. Not only did she have to race, but she also had to manage Darling's home charity foundation. She couldn't split herself up, and it wasn't convenient for her to be overseas. That was why she had left Angel's shelter to Lin Shuya. His mother and Lin Shuya didn't know about this. Everyone thought that her brother had no chance of survival. At that time, she did not dare to give her mother and sister any unnecessary hope. She only dared to look for him in private. In the process of looking for her brother, she discovered many families who had lost their loved ones just like her, so she wanted to help them. All these years, she had helped countless families find their loved ones. Unfortunately, there had been no news of her younger brother, although Lin Yan had said that she wouldn't be attending as the president. Head Secretary Lu had still sent her a VIP invitation. Chapter 733. In a private room in a cafe, Manager Zhao, nice to meet you. I have long heard of your reputation in the industry. Today, I finally got the chance to meet you and have a good chat. Lin Shuya greeted Lin Shuya politely. Zhao Hongling studied Lin Shuya and her manager from head to toe as though she was deep in thought. She seemed to be trying to figure out why Lin Shuya had asked her out today. Duo, on the other hand, looked wary. Miss Lin, you flatter me. May I know why you asked me out today? Zhao Hongling cut to the chase. Lin Shuya glanced at her manager, who turned to Zhao Hongling. Miss Zhao, I won't beat around the bush. I'm sure you're aware of Lin Yan's current situation. I've received news that Summit Entertainment is about to terminate Lin Yan's contract. After all, Lin Yan's backer won't be able to protect her now that this matter has blown out of proportion. Once Lin Yan leaves, you won't be able to stay in Summit Entertainment. Given your capabilities, it would be a waste for you to stay by Lin Yan's side. You heard what Shuya said earlier. Miss Zhao, you're really capable. How could Zhao Hongling not understand what Lin Shuya was trying to say? She had never imagined that Lin Shuya would be trying to poach Lin Yan. Indeed, Lin Shia's manager added, Miss Zhao, are you interested in joining Triumph Entertainment? Zhao Hongling frowned. Triumph Entertainment. Lin Shia smiled faintly and said confidently, you might not be able to join the company, but I can make the decision to let you join House of Millions Media first. Given your capabilities, I'm sure it won't take long for you to join the company. Lin Shia glanced at Duo and added, of course, Assistant Qian can come along as well. Duo was shocked when she heard this. Lin Shia looked kind and harmless on the surface, yet she had been scheming against Lin Yan. She had snatched Lin Yan's position as the daughter of the Lin family, stolen her boyfriend, and ruined her reputation. Now, she was trying to poach the only person who had stayed by Lin Yan's side. She had even claimed that she was interested in Sister Ling's capabilities. Of course Sister Ling was capable. Who would want to join a small, lousy company? Plenty had to restrain himself from cursing out loud. Zhao Hongling took a sip of the coffee on the table and looked up expressionlessly. I'm sorry, Miss Lin. I have no intention of jumping ship. Duo hurriedly said, me neither. Lin Shia hadn't expected that Zhao Hongling and Toto would reject her, and her expression stiffened. Lin Shia's manager's face darkened. Miss Zhao, are you saying that House of Millions Media is too small for you? Miss Zhao, a manager like you, who has been fired by the company time and time again, has groomed an artist like Lin Yan. I can't think of a better choice than House of Millions Media. At this moment, Duo couldn't help but speak up, sorry for interrupting. I'm very curious. Since that's the case, why would Miss Lin want to poach us? House of Millions Media is a subsidiary company of Triumph Entertainment. They're backed by a big tree, so they can poach any manager or assistant they want. Lin Shia glanced at Duo and said calmly, I told you that I admire both of you. Chapter 734. Duo sneered coldly. I don't think it's because she admires us. It's because we're Lin Yan's people. Miss Lin, we may seem like sisters on the surface, but you've done all sorts of dirty things behind our backs. Do your fans know that you're acting one way and another? Lin Shia narrowed her eyes in confusion. I don't know what you mean, Miss Qian. Did my sister say something to you? You seem to have misunderstood me. Duo was exasperated. How could she not know what she was trying to say? She was doing it on purpose. Zhao Hongling signaled for Duo to calm down and not waste her breath. Then, she said softly, I'm sorry. Miss Lin, please don't take it to heart. Thank you for your kind intentions, but we don't have any intention of jumping ship. We can only apologize. When she had been betrayed by the artist she had groomed, she had been ostracized and fired by the company she had worked for. Lin Yan had been the one who had saved her and signed with Duo at Summit Entertainment. How could she betray Lin Yan and go to Lin Shia's company? Duo's attitude was the same as Zhao Hongling's. In the past, she had indeed misunderstood Lin Yan and had often criticized her viciously. However, after spending some time together, she realized that Lin Yan was completely different from the rumors. Lin Shia, on the other hand, was the real deal. Lin Shia had never failed her father, Han Yishuan, or Lin Yan's previous assistant. Who would have thought that she would be rebuffed by Zhao Hongling and Duo? After the two of them left, Lin Shia's manager snorted coldly and defended Lin Shia. Shia, ignore them. They don't know what's good for them. I think they must have been fooled by Lin Yan. Lin Shia looked regretful. It's a pity that manager Zhao's ability has been buried. Her manager looked disdainful. I don't think Zhao Hongling is capable enough. How could she still believe Lin Yan's words? Does she really think that she can continue working at Summit Entertainment? It wasn't convenient for Lin Yan to reveal her current address, so she had left her contact information with Zhao Hongling. Duo had passed a letter to her when she had gone to the company. Duo had just returned from the cafe. She tried her best not to act strange in front of Lin Yan. Sister Yan, there's a letter for you. Okay, thank you. Lin Yan tore open the envelope and saw that head secretary Lu had sent her an invitation for a China-themed charity event. Unlike the extravagant and fancy gold-stamped invitations of other banquets, the invitations for the charity event were made of environmentally friendly materials and were simple and unadorned. However, the VIP invitation was slightly different from the ordinary invitation that Sister Ling had given her. Ordinary invitations were light gray, while VIP invitations were light gold. The seat numbers were also very close to the front. Usually, those who were qualified to sit in the front row were important guests, leaders, and philanthropists. Duo was preoccupied, so she didn't notice what Lin Yan had taken out. She hesitated for some time before she said, "There have been some rumors in the company." "Sister Yan, have you heard them?" "Rumor? What rumor?" Lin Yan blinked in confusion. "Rumor has it that the company wants to terminate your contract and kick you out." Lin Yan was taken aback. "What? The company wants to terminate my contract?" Chapter 735. Duo nodded as she analyzed the situation. "Yeah. Don't you know? If it had been an ordinary scandal, it wouldn't have mattered. However, this incident has alarmed the authorities, so it's a different story. Summit Entertainment is a huge company, so they care about their reputation and reputation. They will definitely take measures to distance themselves from this." Lin Yan stroked her chin. That makes sense, but it's impossible. The company won't terminate my contract." Duo was shocked. "How can you be so sure that the company won't terminate your contract?" Duo couldn't figure out why Lin Yan was so confident. Lin Yan glanced at Duo and replied matter-of-factly, "Because I have a powerful backer. No one would dare to terminate my contract." Duo was speechless. Duo fell silent for about 10 seconds as she stared at Lin Yan. Then, she said helplessly, "Sister Yan, you're spouting nonsense again. You're such a straight-laced woman. You won't be able to seduce anyone in this lifetime. Besides, Summit Entertainment is known for its strict rules. The previous time, a general manager broke the rules and had a relative in JM Entertainment. In the end, he was fired. Why don't you tell me who has such a strong backer?" Duo had been by Lin Yan's side for a long time, so she knew very well that Lin Yan didn't have a backer. Lin Yan felt insulted. "Why can't I seduce anyone? My backer is much more powerful than that general manager's. We're not on the same level at all." "I'd be a fool to believe you." However, when Duo heard Lin Yan's resolute tone, she began to waver. A second later, Duo covered her mouth in shock and exclaimed in shock. Could it be that you're having an affair with Mr. Pei?" Lin Yan was speechless. Cough, cough, cough. Lin Yan was almost frightened to death by Duo's outburst. "What nonsense are you spouting? Didn't you say that he has a powerful backer?" Duo muttered under her breath. "The most powerful backer I can think of is Mr. Pei." Lin Yan pursed her lips in disdain. "Young lady, why don't you have any imagination? You can be more daring." The corners of Duo's mouth twitched. "Isn't that daring enough?" Lin Yan was speechless. It was really not enough. It was far from enough. Soon, it was the day of the charity event. The conference was held at the Imperial Capital Convention and Exhibition Center. It gathered celebrities from the political, business, and entertainment circles. There was something special about this conference. The whole process would be broadcasted live on several video platforms with high traffic. When the time came, all the income from the live stream would be used for charity. Usually, celebrities would not wear the same outfit when attending important events. However, her sponsors had all left recently, so she couldn't borrow any gowns. In the end, she had to wear a gown that she had worn at an event 2 weeks ago. "Sigh, I've already worn this set of clothes half a month ago. If I wear it again today, I'll definitely be mocked again." Toto sighed. Lin Yan replied solemnly, "This is a charity event, not a beauty contest. What's the point of these fancy decorations? With this money, why don't you donate it to those in need? Duo hadn't expected Lin Yan to have such a high level of self-awareness. I think you just can't bear to spend money on a dress. Toto muttered. Lin Yan's lips curled into a grin. Oh, you found out. Duo. Chapter 736. At the security checkpoint, the guests held their invitations as they entered the venue. Almost half of the big shots in the entertainment industry had come. The lineup was comparable to the Golden Palm Awards. Today, Lin Xia was wearing a custom-made gown from Fairy. This brand was famous for its immortal gowns, and Lin Xia's white gown was the most beautiful one in the latest collection. It was called Angel. Lin Yan didn't have the right to bring her assistant along, so Duo couldn't enter. However, she was afraid that something might happen to Lin Yan, so she had sent Duo to escort her. Duo stared at Lin Xia as she whispered in her ear, Lin Xia's gown looks plain and simple, but it's actually Fairy's custom-made gown. It's the most expensive one, and it's called Angel. It seems like it was specially prepared for tonight's charity event. Although the voting ends at midnight, her votes are so high that everyone knows that she will be the winner. Lin Yan followed Duo's gaze and saw Lin Xia exuding elegance. She looked like an otherworldly fairy as she chatted with a few staff members. The moment Lin Xia appeared, the camera zoomed in on her. At this moment, the bullet screen was flooded with all sorts of flattery and praises. Ah! Oh my God! What kind of fairy is Xia? All the best, Xia. Tonight's charity event will be yours. Sister is so beautiful. Sister's legs aren't legs, but the spring water by the Seine. Sister's back isn't a back, but the rose of Bulgaria. Sister's waist isn't a waist, but the machete of a killer. Sister's mouth isn't a mouth, but the clear water under the bridge. If I say that Lin Xia is the most beautiful and kind actress in the entertainment industry, no one would object, right? Duo unlocked her phone and stared at the comments and praises. She was rendered speechless. These people are exaggerating. Sister Yan, although the gown you're wearing isn't expensive and you've only worn it once, in terms of looks and figure, you'd be a match for Lin Xia even if you were to wear a plastic bag. Darling Duo, it's rare that you aren't criticizing me. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Plenty curled his lips. That's because even though I have a venomous tongue, I'm not blind. Lin Yan was speechless. He had a point. Duo looked a little gloomy as she muttered, given Lin Xia's character, would she really be so kind? Would she selflessly spend so much time and energy to create an organization to save stray animals without seeking fame or fortune? Angel's Shelter has become her trump card. No matter what she does, her fans will think she's right. Regardless of what she does, they will side with her. Because of this, even though they knew that Lin Xia had done it on purpose, they couldn't prove their innocence. No one would believe them, and it would only attract more criticism. Lin Yan chuckled softly and replied, Angel's Shelter isn't considered a major charity organization. It's just a non-governmental organization. The Spring Mud Foundation and Babies Home Together are directly affiliated with the charity organization, which is why it's so difficult to get in. However, no foundation can compare to Angel's Shelter, an organization that rescues stray animals. It receives the most media coverage and the most attention from the public. End of chapter. Chapter 737. Duo listened to Lin Yan's analysis and muttered softly, don't even think about joining the charity organization. Not everyone can join them. Angel's Shelter is indeed well managed and has a good reputation. Duo felt that something was amiss. If Lin Xia had established the organization after becoming famous, it would be understandable. However, that wasn't the case. She had been doing this even before she entered the entertainment industry. Duo had no time to think. Someone had spotted them and was looking in their direction. She tugged at Lin Yan hurriedly, trying to get Lin Yan to enter the venue before anyone noticed them. What she had been afraid of had happened. The cameraman seemed to have spotted Lin Yan. His eyes lit up and he dashed towards them. Indeed, the moment Lin Yan appeared on the screen, the entire room went wild. No one had expected that Lin Yan would have the guts to attend the charity event. F***CK. What did I just see? My eyes are going to go blind. Why is that idiot Lin Yan here? Who gave her the courage to come here? F***CK. It's really Lin Yan. She has been warned and disqualified, yet she still has the guts to show up. This is a new level of shamelessness. Pfft. What's wrong with Lin Yan's gown? I remember that she wore it at an event 2 weeks ago. How could she be wearing the same gown at such an important event? How poor is she? All her endorsements have been cancelled, and I heard that Summit Entertainment is going to kick her out soon. How could she not be poor? She's probably trying to make a show to clear her name. Does she think our fans are fools? Because of this comment, everyone's attention was drawn to Summit Entertainment. Are you serious? Is Summit Entertainment finally going to kick her out? In my opinion, Summit Entertainment's decision to sign Lin Yan was a huge blow to the public's impression of her. Could Lin Yan have really hooked up with a senior executive of Summit Entertainment? Otherwise, why would they tolerate her until now? Isn't Summit Entertainment famous for its integrity? Why would they do something like this? If that's the case, it's really disappointing. Summit Entertainment is nothing compared to the industry leader. Duodwa's expression darkened as he looked at the bullet screen. Even if the company didn't plan to do that, I'm afraid we won't be able to withstand the pressure of public opinion if the fans continue to make such a fuss. Duo glanced at Lin Yan and whispered, Sister Yan, even if Mr. Pei is your backer, I don't think he can protect you. I already said it's not him. Lin Yan was trying to defend her idol's innocence when her phone beeped. She had received a message. Have we arrived? Lin Yan didn't dare delay and replied immediately. I've arrived. Pei Yuqing replied, don't worry. Even if the worst happens, there will be a solution. Lin Yan's heart warmed when she heard his comforting words. She asked curiously, what solution? Pei Yuqing had always replied within seconds. This time, it took some time for him to reply. Her phone rang, and Lin Yan hastily answered it. Pei Yuqing had replied, marry me. The moment Lin Yan saw those words, she coughed violently. Ahem. 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 Chapter 738. Sister Yan, what's wrong? Duo asked anxiously. Lin Yan put her phone away hastily. Nothing. This wasn't the first time Pei Yuqing had said this to her. The first time had been when Feng Anhua had wanted to introduce a boyfriend to her. She had said that dating was too expensive and she didn't like materialistic men. Pei Yuqing had accidentally overheard her. At that time, Pei Yuqing had said, actually, there is a solution. When Lin Yan had asked him what solution he had come up with, he had said, marry me. Lin Yan would never forget what Pei Yuqing had said. After we get married, we don't need to split the money. You will take care of all my assets. You will take care of all my assets. That was against the rules. Now, Pei Yuqing had uttered those words again. However, she couldn't deny that Pei Yuqing's solution would solve everything once and for all. The title of Mrs. Pei would destroy all the other titles. However, even if she got married to Pei Yuqing now, the netizens could still criticize her and Pei Yuqing for being blind. Lin Yan sighed heavily and typed, Mr. Pei, stop joking. Besides, even if it's as you said, you will be scolded as well. Pei Yuqing replied quickly. If you had married me 3 years ago, you would have been the one to marry me. What if you had been Mrs. Pei all along? Lin Yan was in a daze when she read Pei Yuqing's reply. Huh. F***CK. What did he mean by, what if I had married Pei Yuqing 3 years ago? What if she had been Mrs. Pei all along? If she had been Mrs. Pei and had married Pei Yuqing 3 years ago, she wouldn't have needed to enter the entertainment industry. She wouldn't have needed to seek fame and gossip for that little bit of money. She wouldn't have needed to buy votes to become a charity ambassador. All her scandals would have been erased. However, Pei Yucheng's what if was too frightening. It was even more frightening than when he had said, "Marry me." That was strange. Given Pei Yucheng's character, why would he say something so strange? Before Lin Yan could continue talking, she had already reached the security checkpoint. The camera couldn't focus on Lin Yan, so it shifted to the other guests. The staff member didn't bother to hide the disdain on his face. "Show me your invitation." Lin Yan handed her the invitation. The staff member casually took it and scanned it under the machine. In the next second, the machine suddenly emitted a sharp alarm, causing many people around to look over. Lin Shia and her manager, who had just entered the security check, paused in their tracks and turned to look at Lin Yan. "What's going on?" Toto asked with a frown. The staff glanced at the glaring red warning on the machine and said, "I'm sorry, Miss Lin, you can't go in. We have an invitation." "Why can't we go in?" The staff scoffed and said, "Because this invitation letter has become invalid." Toto's eyes widened. "Invalid? How is that possible? Why did it become invalid?" "This is an invitation from the organizer." End of chapter. Chapter 739. The staff snorted softly. "I'm really sorry, but I'm just following orders. The invitation is invalid. It's the organizer's decision. There's no point in making things difficult for me. Besides, don't you know why it's invalid?" The staff's words infuriated Duo. These people were clearly trying to make things difficult for Lin Yan. "If it's invalid, why didn't you inform us in advance? Why did you have to wait for everyone to arrive?" Duo argued. "I already said that it's the organizer's decision. If you want an explanation, go to the organizers." The staff was clearly fearless and had no intention of giving an explanation. Some of the guests, who had noticed the situation, began to whisper among themselves. "Lin Yan's invitation is invalid? But it's no wonder, why would the organizers let her attend? I have to say that Lin Yan is really thick-skinned. She was disqualified, yet she still insisted on getting an invitation. Ha. She wants an explanation from the organizers? Does she have the cheek to do so?" At this moment, Lin Shia, who had watched the drama unfold, walked over slowly and tried to smooth things over. "Sis, don't let the assistant make things difficult for the staff. She doesn't have the authority to make this decision." "What do you mean by making things difficult? When did I make things difficult for her? I just need an explanation. We got this invitation through proper channels. What's the reason for it being invalid? Why didn't anyone inform us?" Duo's words were reasonable, but the others didn't care. They simply assumed that Lin Yan was being unreasonable. Seeing that everyone was standing beside him, the staff was naturally even more fearless. "Please leave. Don't continue to block other people's security checks. If you continue to cause trouble, I will call security." Duo wanted to retort, but Lin Yan pulled her back. "Don't waste your breath on her." Duo's eyes were red with anger. "Why?" "Sister Yan, they are too much." When the staff heard this, she put her hands on her hips and said sternly, "Hey, little assistant, don't spout nonsense and slander me. What do you mean by I'm going too far? How did I bully you? Don't you know what kind of person your artist is? How dare she come here? How dare you pester me endlessly, insisting that I let you in? Why can't we come? Not only do I have to ask you, I also have to ask the organizers. Even if we've been disqualified, what right do they have to invalidate the invitation we received?" Naturally, the staff couldn't answer her. This was indeed against the rules. However, no one had expected that Lin Yan would insist on this point. In a fit of rage, the staff shoved Toto. "If you keep messing around, I'm going to call security." "Where are the security guards?" "Someone is causing trouble." The staff shoved him and threw the invitation in his hand at Toto's face. Take your invalid invitation and scram. I don't even know if he bought it with money. Lin Yen swiftly raised her hand to block the invitation that was hurled at Duoduo's face. However, the letter's sharp edges still grazed Toto's cheek. In an instant, a glaring wound appeared on the left side of Toto's face. Blood slowly seeped out. Ah! Toto yelped in pain. Then, she noticed that the back of Lin Yan's hand had been scratched as well. Lin Yan ignored the wound on her hand and stared at Toto's injured face. Her expression changed instantly. Chapter 740. Lin Yan took out a piece of tissue and wiped the blood off Duoduo's face. Then, she took out a band-aid and carefully stuck it on Duoduo's face. Finally, she reached out and shielded Duoduo behind her. Duoduo was about to retort when Lin Yan raised a finger to signal for her to keep quiet. Then, she said gently, "All right, baby Duoduo. Leave it to me." Duoduo's heart skipped a beat when Lin Yan spoke. Lin Yan was usually carefree. This was the first time she had seen her so serious. She looked really reliable. It was as if she was the only one who could solve any problem. She had exploded. The security guards rushed over as they spoke. All the guests cast disdainful glances at Lin Yan. Oh my God! How dare she barge in? What kind of person is she? She's an embarrassment to the entertainment industry. Shuya, why do you have such a sister? The staff member instinctively took a step back when she saw Lin Yan approaching. She yelled, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to hit me? Are you trying to barge in? I already said that your invitation is invalid. Can't you understand me?" Lin Yan lowered her gaze and grinned. Initially, she hadn't been interested in this charity event. However, now that she wasn't allowed to attend, she was determined to do so. Lin Shuya walked over and tried to persuade Lin Yan. "Sister, calm down. Don't be like this. If you barge in, the security guards will drag you out. Don't make things difficult for them." Lin Yan glanced at Lin Shuya coldly and raised her hand. Everyone watched as Lin Yan held a golden invitation in her hand. Lin Yan passed the invitation to the staff member and asked coldly, "Is this one invalid too?" The staff member was taken aback when she saw that Lin Yan had taken out another invitation. The staff member was even more shocked when she saw the invitation in Lin Yan's hand. The invitation card in Lin Yan's hand was light gold in color. Wasn't that supposed to be a VIP invitation? The staff member took it suspiciously and carefully looked at the cover of the invitation. It was a VIP invitation for the charity event. The staff looked solemn. "Lin Yan, don't tell me you don't know that the invitation is based on your real name? Even if you buy someone else's invitation, you won't be able to get in." Lin Yan chuckled softly. Who would sell VIP invitations? In other words, the staff member's words were simply the words of an idiot. With the status of those distinguished guests, who would do something like reselling the invitation? The staff member's face fell when she heard that. She had concluded that Lin Yan had bought it without even looking at it. After all, it was impossible for Lin Yan to have a VIP invitation. The staff opened the invitation letter and saw that it was indeed Lin Yan's name on it. There was no mistake. Furthermore, what surprised her the most was that the seat on the invitation was actually row 1, seat 8. Those who could get VIP invitations were all big shots, and those who could sit in the first row were all big shots among big shots. Even Duoduo, who was standing behind Lin Yan, was taken aback. F***ck. What was going on? Just as Lin Yan was about to be chased out, she had actually taken out another invitation. Furthermore, it was a row of VIP invitations. End of chapter. Chapter 741. Sister Yan. Sister Yan. Where did you get this invitation? And it's a VIP one. Oh my God. And it's in the first row? Duo looked shocked as she whispered to Lin Yan, Sister Yan, did you forge an invitation? Lin Yan looked helpless. Don't overestimate me. I'm not that capable. Besides, the invitation had to be scanned. How could she forge an invitation? Duo was speechless. To be able to get a row of VIP invitations, she was really capable, okay? If even Duo thought so, everyone else would agree. The crowd began to discuss among themselves. It must be fake. It must be fake. How could it be real? The staff member sneered at her. Don't tell me it's fake. Don't you know that we can sue you for forging an invitation? Duo retorted angrily, are you out of your mind? How could you forge an invitation? Whether it's fake or not, just scan the code and you'll know. She didn't know why, but she instinctively believed Lin Yan, even though it seemed impossible. Under everyone's gaze, the staff hesitated again and again, but still put the invitation letter under the machine. A second later, a beep was heard. The machine said, verification successful. Lin Yan's photo appeared on the screen. It couldn't be wrong. This invitation letter was genuine. Following the announcement of verification passed, the scene fell into a strange silence. Lin Xia was taken aback as well. How could that be? Lin Xia's manager was equally shocked. That's impossible. How did Lin Yan get a VIP invitation? I took a look. She's in row 1, seat 8. Her seat is even better than yours, Xia. Lin Xia's face darkened when she heard this. She was seated in the first row because she was the charity ambassador. The rest of the people in the first row were the leaders of the charity organization and the VIPs. How could Lin Yan do that? Lin Yan glanced at the staff member expressionlessly. Can I go in now? The staff member was dumbfounded. She knew how to read people's expressions. As long as she saw a VIP invitation, her attitude would be exceptionally good. Besides, Lin Yan was a VIP among VIPs. After all, the people who received VIP invitations today were all big shots that she couldn't afford to offend. The staff member's fingers trembled as he held the invitation letter. His face was full of bewilderment as he stuttered, Of course. Of course. Please. Come in. Lin Yan's face hardened. What about my assistant? The staff member had completely lost his arrogance at this moment. He quickly said, You can enter, of course, you can also enter. The VIP invitation letter allows you to bring one person in. Lin Yan turned to Duo. Let's go. At this moment, Plenty was completely dumbfounded. Sister Yan was too. 8 meters tall today. As they watched Lin Yan walk in with the VIP invitation, the other guests were in an uproar. F***CK. He went in. He really went in. Is that invitation real? It must be a lie. How is that possible? Lin Xia sucked in a deep breath and took a long time to suppress her anger. Her manager snorted disdainfully. Lin Yan, don't tell me that woman has managed to cozy up to someone again. That kind of person is really disgusting. Lin Xia sighed softly and feigned a worried expression. I'm afraid that if someone makes a fuss about Sister's actions, it will affect her even more. End of this chapter. Chapter 742. Her manager's eyes darted around in excitement. Xia, you're right. Lin Yan is a fool. How could she think that this would work? How could she bribe the higher-ups of the charity organization? If this gets out, she'll be dead meat. So many people witnessed it. She won't be able to escape. Of course, Lin Xia didn't need to wait for her manager to say anything. She had already contacted her people and started to spread rumors online. In no time at all, people started to talk about how Lin Yan had managed to get a VIP invitation to the charity event. Soon, the guests took their seats. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Lin Yan sat down unhurriedly in the first row. Duo was waiting in the VIP lounge backstage. Duo, who was anxious, kept texting Lin Yan. Sister Yan, how did you get the invitation? I thought you were joking. You really have a powerful backer. Lin Yan grinned and replied, I do have a powerful backer. However, I didn't get the invitation because of them. Duo typed, then how did you get it? Lin Yan typed, Darling's Home's head secretary Lu gave it to me. He was the one who sent me the invitation. Duo typed, what? You slept with Darling's Home's head secretary Lu? Lin Yan replied, baby, your imagination is running wild this time. Duo typed, what is going on? Lin Yan typed, I'm the current president of Darling's Home. Duo was speechless. Duo waited for a minute before replying. Sister Yan, you're the one with a wild imagination. What kind of joke was this? Lin Yan, who knew that Duo wouldn't believe her, sighed heavily and didn't reply. A moment later, a fragrant scent wafted over. Lin Xia sat down next to Lin Yan. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. What a coincidence. Lin Yan greeted her. Lin Xia's expression darkened. However, it quickly turned into a smile. Big sister, I asked them to cancel your invitation letter out of goodwill. I didn't expect that. Big sister, you really know how to court death. Just as Lin Yan had expected, Lin Xia had been the culprit behind the cancellation of the invitation. Lin Yan grinned and replied softly, really? I've always liked exciting things. Lin Xia revealed a pitiful expression. Do you think that you can sit here? If I remind you out of goodwill, you will only die more miserably. In Lin Xia's opinion, Lin Yan was merely trying to find a doctor in a desperate situation. Lin Xia grinned and said, Sister, it's good that you're here. You'll be able to witness how I climb to the top. Watch how I use the angel's shelter that you created to reach the peak. Lin Yan tilted her head and glanced at Lin Xia. My dear sister, do you really think that no one can prove that I was the one who founded Angel's Shelter? The reason why Lin Xia was so fearless was because she had no way to prove her point. Lin Xia had replaced all the people who had helped her manage Angel's Shelter, so no one dared to speak the truth. Besides, Lin Yan had trusted Lin Xia. When she had raised funds for Angel's Shelter, she had instructed Lin Xia to purchase the items. End of chapter. Chapter 743. Lin Xia had proof that she was a new employee. More importantly, she had the receipt. Even if Lin Yan tried to persuade her, it would be useless. Lin Xia's face fell when she heard Lin Yan. However, she composed herself quickly. Sister, what are you talking about? I don't understand. I was the one who founded Angel's Shelter and have been managing it all this while. I have proof of every single transaction. How can you say that, big sister? Lin Xia didn't believe that Lin Yan had proof. If she had, she would have shown it to her. It wouldn't be that easy to get information out of her. Lin Yan chuckled softly at Lin Xia's fearless expression. Do you know the old president of the charity organization, Qing Jingxiu? Lin Xia didn't know why Lin Yan would mention Qing Jingxiu. She replied calmly, who doesn't know her? She is the leading philanthropist and the only Chinese person who has won the UNICEF Lifetime Achievement Award. A few days ago, I even had a meal with her daughter, Vice President Cheng. Lin Yan nodded. Oh, that's good. At that moment, Lin Yan received a message from old President Cheng. Old President Cheng had sent her a few minutes ago. Xiaolin, how have you been? When did you return to China? Why didn't you contact Grandma? Little Yuan Bao misses you. I heard from Xiaolin that you've become a celebrity and won the nomination for the charity event. Grandma hasn't seen you in a long time. I'll visit you tonight and present you with the award. Lin Yan knew that old President Cheng had misunderstood something when she read the message. The old president had addressed her as Xiaolin. She must have confused her with Lin Xia when she had been chatting with Qing Min. However, the old president had said that she would present the award personally. She would know when the time came, Lin Yan could have explained everything to the old president. That way, Lin Xia wouldn't be too embarrassed. However, Lin Yan changed her mind when she recalled the injury on Duoduo's face. She really didn't care about all this. She also didn't want to mix her charity with such unsightly things. However, Lin Xia shouldn't have crossed her bottom line. Lin Yan hurriedly replied to the old president's message and exchanged some pleasantries. Just as she was replying to the old president, the person sitting next to Lin Yan sat down. The person stared at Lin Yan, almost crying. Lin. When Lin Yan realized that it was Qiao Jiru, the vice president of Darling's Home Foundation, she signaled for him to calm down. Qiao Jiru lowered his voice and said in a trembling voice, "President Lin." Lin Yan pretended to be a stranger and greeted Qiao Jiru innocently. "Hello, Vice President Qiao. I've heard a lot about you." Hello. Qiao Jiru nodded cooperatively. Lin Xia's face darkened when she noticed that Qiao Jiru was smiling at her. Could it be that Lin Yan had found a connection with Qiao Jiru? If that was the case, then it would be interesting. Lin Yan's phone began to ring furiously. It was from the WeChat group of Baby Come Home. Vice President Xiao, ow. Guild leader. President, you're sitting in the seat I arranged for you. I thought you wouldn't come. Are you going to make it public? Great. Chapter 744. Head Secretary Lu typed, "Vice President, please calm down. I saw the president enter just now, but I didn't dare to greet her." President, are you really going to make it public? Vice President Xiao typed, "Other foundations have presidents. Spring Mud has a new beautiful president. She keeps showing off in front of us. It's infuriating." Head Secretary Lu typed, "Yeah. President. We want to show off our president too." Vice President Xiao typed, "I want to show off my president too." Lin Yan glanced at the messages in the group chat and glanced at Qiao Jiru, who looked solemn. She was rendered speechless. She had heard of people flaunting their wealth, but she had never heard of anyone flaunting their president. Head Secretary Lu typed, "President, didn't you see that the netizens are scolding you even more? Let us help you clear your name. Even if we can't clear Angel's Shelter's name, we can at least restore your reputation." Vice President Xiao typed, "That's right." President Lin typed, "Please calm down. I already have a solution for Angel's Shelter." Head Secretary Lu and Vice President Xiao were disappointed when they read Lin Yan's reply. Vice President Xiao typed, "We can't show off our president again?" Crying cat emoji. Head Secretary Lu typed, "Everyone else has a president, but we don't. President, can you bear to do that?" Crying cat emoji. The two men were sending cute cat emojis in the group chat. Lin Yan was speechless. After all the guests had taken their seats, the charity event officially began. A panoramic camera panned to Lin Yan, who was sitting next to Lin Xia. The moment Lin Yan appeared, the live stream was even more chaotic than when she had appeared at the entrance of the security station. F***CK. Did Lin Yan really get in? What are the organizers doing? An insider said that Lin Yan was persistent and managed to get an invitation. The funny thing is that the organizers made a show of it. However, Lin Yan somehow managed to get another VIP invitation. Didn't you see that Lin Yan is sitting in the first row? Not only is she sitting in the first row, but she is also sitting next to Xia. F***CK. Who is she trying to disgust? I'm going to vomit. What's wrong with the charity organization? Don't they vet their guests? How could you let such a person in? It might not be the charity organization's fault. Vice President Cheng is a righteous and upright person. She wouldn't allow such a thing to happen. Could Summit Entertainment have used their connections to get Lin Yan an invitation? No matter what, Lin Yan is really despicable. In order to maintain order, the cameras tried their best not to focus on Lin Yan. They also started to control the comments. Everyone's attention finally returned to the main topic. There were so many celebrities around, so no one paid any attention to Lin Yan. Don't bother about Lin Yan. Everyone, look at Sister Shia's beauty. That's right. This kind of person is just playing to the gallery and deliberately attracting everyone's attention. Ignore her. However, Lin Yan's position was just too good. She was like the center of the camera, so it was hard to avoid her. Hence, she was often photographed while the others were. Every time they filmed Lin Xia, they had to film Lin Yan. What was even worse was, although Lin Xia's looks were praised to the skies by her fans, and her gown was beautiful and ethereal, Lin Xia's heart was in turmoil. However, when Lin Yan and Lin Xia appeared on the screen at the same time, the difference was obvious. End of chapter. Chapter 745. Lin Yan, who was dressed in a simple black dress, looked as though she was glowing. Everyone else paled in comparison to her. Lin Xia had to rely on her fans' flattery to regain some of her dignity. However, some of her fans would comment occasionally. Although Lin Yan is really annoying, her looks are indescribable, especially when she's sitting next to Lin Xia. Lin Xia is overwhelmed by her beauty. Sister, you're not alone. I wanted to say that too, but I was afraid that Lin Xia's fans would beat me to death. Lin Yan's face is amazing. I didn't notice it before, but she's getting prettier now. She couldn't have undergone plastic surgery. Her features haven't changed, but her aura has changed. Love is a better way to change one's appearance than plastic surgery. Could Lin Yan be in love? Lin Yan glanced at the comments and swallowed her saliva guiltily when she caught sight of this. How could she guess it? Soon, the charity event reached its most important segment. It was also the segment that attracted the most attention from the fans. It was time to announce the nominees. At this moment, there were only 10 minutes left before the final results of the voting came out. The 10 nominees with the highest number of votes were invited to the stage by the host. Lin Xia had helped Lin Yan gain a lot of votes, so Lin Yan was still in the top 10. On the screen, Lin Yan's name was still in the 10th place. It was ironic. Because Lin Yan had been disqualified, the 11th contestant had replaced her. Ha ha ha. I'm dying of laughter. Lin Yan is still in the 10th place. This is hilarious. She's really shameless. How dare she come here to embarrass herself? Ah. Stop looking at Lin Yan. Our fairy Xia is on the stage. Let's look forward to our fairy's coronation. When the top 10 contestants were on the stage, the comments flooded the screen. Congratulations to Lin Xia, the charity ambassador. You deserve it. Congratulations to Lin Xia, the charity ambassador. You deserve it. Congratulations to Lin Xia, the charity ambassador. You deserve it. Currently, Lin Xia had 34.89 million votes, which was more than 10 million votes ahead of the runner-up. Even the second runner-up, who was standing beside Lin Xia, clapped and hugged her. Xia, congratulations. There were only 10 minutes left before the voting deadline, and it was impossible for there to be any more changes. Hence, Lin Xia didn't have to be modest this time. She replied graciously, "Thank you." The host began to warm up the venue. The female host said excitedly, "Everyone, please look at the big screen. Wow. Xia's votes are really high, and they're still rising. Xia is really popular." The male host chimed in. Xia has put in a lot of effort to save the strays. Who wouldn't like such a beautiful and kind fairy? The female host replied, "An employee of Angel's Shelter exposed Xia's donation records over the years. She has been donating money since high school. From 10 yuan to 100 yuan, to 100,000 yuan, to 1,000,000 yuan, the male host added, "Yeah, it's really rare and precious, especially when she was in school." The 10 yuan was deducted from her allowance and meals. The male and female hosts complimented each other one after another, and the fans in the bullet screen were all very touched. Chapter 746. Shuya is really a clean stream in the entertainment industry. Yeah, she has been beautiful and kind since she was young. Unlike someone else. Why is there such a huge difference between the two of them? I heard that Lin Yan was incompetent when she was still in school. How dare she try to clear her name? Dream on. Ha 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 ha. Friend, we've done some research. There is only one way for Lin Yan to clear her name. The netizens' comment piqued the interest of many people, who were asking for her solution. Lin Yan was in a terrible situation, and there was no turning back. She could only rely on time to change the public's attitude, but the results were minimal. Even Zhao Hongling didn't have a good solution. The netizen replied, there is only one way for Lin Yan to clear her name. Lin Yan is actually a person who has been selflessly contributing to charity all these years. She has hidden her identity and doesn't seek fame or fortune. She is a person of noble character. The netizens' fans burst into laughter when they heard this comment. Ha 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 ha. Sister, you're too bold. You don't even dare to write about it. Lin Yan is a worldly, materialistic, and stinky person. How could she be selfless? That's so funny. This is the funniest joke I've heard this year. Lin Yan glanced at her phone and caught sight of this comment. Lin Yan grinned. Who is this swindler? How could he be so accurate? What a coincidence. I am indeed such a person. To be honest, I was the founder of Angel's Shelter. I'm also the president of Darling's Home Charity Foundation. Lin Yan's voice wasn't soft, so Qiao Jiru, the vice president of Darling's Home, heard her. Qiao Jiru's face was filled with admiration as he whispered, President, you're right. President, you're always right. Qiao Jiru suddenly realized something and exclaimed, Hold on. President, what did you just say? You were the founder of Angel's Shelter? He knew that Lin Yan had been framed, but he had no idea that Lin Yan was the founder of Angel's Shelter. How was that possible? Wasn't Lin Shuya the founder of Angel's Shelter? Lin Yan's words shocked Qiao Jiru. However, their president's personality had always been very jumpy, and he loved to joke around. Could it be that he was just joking? The host on stage gave Lin Shuya almost all the time. She talked to her about the history of Angel's Shelter. The previous philanthropist, Gu Xinhan, was full of praises for Lin Shuya. Many people were touched and even the other candidates were impressed. There was still some time before the results came out, so the host gave some time to the sponsors of the charity event. Lin Yan scanned the stage and realized that the sponsor, who had stood Sister Ling up, was there too. Director Sun, thank you very much for your sponsorship of this conference. I also heard that your company's new spokesperson for this year has been decided, right? The female host asked. Director Sun smiled and nodded. Yes, we have already confirmed a very suitable candidate. Oh, is that so? Can you give us a hint? The female host asked at the right time. Director Sun glanced at Lin Shuya and smiled. All right then. Since it's such a grand and meaningful day, I'll make an announcement. Before Director Sun could announce the answer, the screen was already flooded with Lin Shuya's name. As expected, Director Sun smiled and said, Our company's newest spokesperson this year is Miss Lin Shuya. Chapter 747. When Lin Yan heard Director Sun announce the new spokesperson, she looked as though she had expected it. It seemed like Ling Yu had been right. Ling Yu had told her that the brand had gone to Triumph Entertainment to sign a contract. So it was Lin Shuya. Zhao Hongling had been in contact with Director Sun for a long time and the deal had been finalized. She hadn't expected that the other party would turn around and leave as soon as he saw that she was in trouble. Duh, for a lifetime has really good taste in choosing Shuya as their spokesperson. I heard that Lin Yan tried all sorts of ways to promote herself, but they didn't like her at all. Ha ha ha. This is hilarious. How dare she compete with Shuya? The brand isn't stupid. Wow. Shia. With Shia as the spokesperson, Dove for a Lifetime brand is really reassuring, the female host chimed in. Yeah. After all, Shia is the founder of Angel's Shelter. Who else would be more suitable than her? The male host chimed in. Director Sun listened to the host's words with a satisfied look on his face. Fortunately, he had been smart enough to change the spokesperson in time. Although they had spent 3 times more than what they had promised Lin Yan, it was totally worth it. Lin Shia was the founder of Angel's Shelter and she had been chosen as the charity ambassador. The combination of these 2 identities would be great for the brand. Yeah, Miss Shia is indeed the most suitable candidate. Director Sun nodded. Lin Shia replied humbly, I'm also honored to be working with Dove for a Lifetime. Wow. Everyone, please look at the screen. While we were talking, Shia's votes have already exceeded 50 million. The female host exclaimed. Haha. I think we can announce the results now, right? The male host grinned. Hold on. Let's follow the rules and announce the results at midnight. Shia might even break our record. I remember that Shinhan's record is 60 million votes. The female host quipped. The male host nodded. That's right. Based on the speed of the increase, it is highly possible. Gu Shinhan chimed in generously, the new generation excels the old. It seems like my judgment is accurate. Gu Shinhan had always supported Lin Shia. Hence, Lin Shia's fans had always been kind to her. Most of the comments were thanking Gu Shinhan for helping Lin Shia. To Gu Shinhan, helping Lin Shia was a win-win situation, so she was more than happy to help Lin Shia. Lin Shia blushed shyly. You're flattering me. I've learned a lot from Sister Xin Han and my father has always taught me to be grateful. Shia, you are indeed outstanding. Chairman Lin must be proud of you. The host was very good with his words. He didn't forget to cue Lin Yuetong, who was seated below the stage. Many people looked at Lin Yuetong enviously and praised him for having a good daughter. Lin Yuetong, who had initially been upset over Lin Yan's incident, finally calmed down. Lin Yuetong's face darkened when he heard that Lin Yan had come and caused a scene. However, there were cameras everywhere, so he had no choice but to swallow his anger. End of chapter. Chapter 748. Fortunately, Shia had worked hard. Otherwise, he would have been angered to death by that disgraceful brat. It seemed like he really had to have a good talk with Imuyan. How had she raised her daughter to such an extent? Oh, right. Why isn't Ishwan here today? The female MC glanced at the audience. Everyone knew that Han Ishwan doted on his girlfriend, Lin Shia. He would definitely be here to support her. However, he was nowhere to be seen. Lin Shia replied shyly, Brother Ishwan has work today. Although Lin Shia said this, she knew very well that Han Ishwan had prepared a surprise for her tonight. Although Han Ishwan had done it discreetly, she had still discovered it. Her brother Ishwan was going to propose to her tonight. The MC, who must have known about this, scoffed meaningfully. Is that so? Who knows, there might be a surprise later. Meanwhile, backstage, Han Ishwan was busy instructing the staff to prepare a surprise for Lin Shia. The balloons have to be timed at midnight. Also, use the batch of flower petals that I've shipped in. Please confirm the sound system again. Thank you for your hard work. The staff smiled and replied, It's no trouble at all. Don't worry, Mr. Han. Today is your big day. We'll make sure that everything is ready. Oh my God. I'm so envious. Shia is so lucky to have such a good boyfriend like you. Today's live stream will definitely get a lot of hits. Haha. I'm so nervous. I can't wait to see Shia's expression later. Han Ishwan chuckled lightly as he listened to the crowd. His face was filled with happiness. Shia was such a kind and gentle girl. He was willing to give everything that was good in the world to her. The interaction on stage had ended. The MC glanced at the time and said, "There are only 10 minutes left. Before we announce the final results, let's welcome Vice President Cheng to the stage." Cheng Min, who was dressed in a beige business suit, walked briskly onto the stage. The candidates on the stage nodded politely to Cheng Min. Lin Xia looked a little excited as she said obediently, "Vice President Cheng." Cheng Min nodded. Her mother always mentioned Angel's Shelter to her, so she had a good impression of it. "Host, Vice President Cheng, please say a few words." Cheng Min took the microphone and began to speak. "Since the establishment of the charity headquarters, we have received the attention of all sectors of society. Thank you very much for your contributions to charity." Here, everyone listened attentively to Cheng Min's speech. At the same time, the votes of the candidates continued to increase on the big screen. Lin Xia's votes were about to break the 60 million mark. Everyone else's votes had more or less increased, except for Lin Yan. Her votes hadn't increased at all. Lin Yan had been overtaken by the 11th and 12th candidates. She had fallen to the 13th place and was still falling. Naturally, Lin Yan's votes were mocked and ridiculed by the crowd. End of chapter. Chapter 749. At the same time, Lin Xia's fans were frantically voting for her so that she could break the record. Lin Xia's character was simply too likable, and she had many fans. This time, she had made use of Angel's Shelter to garner support from cat and dog lovers. Hence, although there were only 10 minutes left, Lin Xia's votes were increasing rapidly. 53 million, 54 million, 55 million. 58 million votes. The host stared at the screen and announced Lin Xia's votes. 3 minutes later, the female host exclaimed excitedly, "Wow! 60 million. She broke 60 million." The male host said, "Congratulations, Xia. You have broken the record." The female host added, "Congratulations, our charity ambassador." The female host had called Lin Xia the charity ambassador. After all, no one else would be able to catch up to Lin Xia's votes. The audience applauded enthusiastically, and the bullet screen was also filled with excited cheers. Lin Xia glanced at the number of votes she had won and glanced at Lin Yan. She grinned. "My dear sister, it's a pity that you will be left with nothing in the end. Furthermore, it will be in an even more tragic way." From now on, she would admire the way Lin Xia struggled in the mud every day. The female host chuckled and teased, "Now, all we have to do is wait for our guest to present the award to Xia." The male host paused and asked, "Oh yeah. Do you know who the guest is tonight?" The female host pretended to be clueless and asked deliberately, "Who is it?" "Isn't it our Vice President Cheng?" Lin Xia cast a puzzled look at the host. Cheng Min had always been the guest presenter. Had there been a change this year? The male host looked excited. "The guest presenter tonight is the president of our charity organization, Madame Cheng Jingqiu." The female host exclaimed, "Wow. Are you serious?" The moment the host finished speaking, the crowd erupted into a frenzy. "President Cheng is going to present the award personally? President Cheng is in poor health. Hasn't she not appeared in public for many years? Yeah, it's not an important event today. I didn't expect President Cheng to attend and present the award personally. Lin Xia is really honored." Lin Xia hadn't expected President Cheng to present the award to her. She couldn't help but look pleasantly surprised. The female host looked at Cheng Min and asked, "Vice President Cheng, will Elder Cheng really be attending today?" Cheng Min explained, "Yes. My mother often mentions Angel's Shelter to me. A few days ago, I accidentally mentioned it to her. When she heard that the charity angel is the founder of Angel's Shelter, she said that she wanted to present the award personally." Lin Xia's fans were even more excited when they heard Cheng Min mention the old president's interest in Angel's Shelter. As expected of our Xia. She's amazing. President Cheng actually took the initiative to come and present the award in person. Lin Yan is just a clown. Even if she dies, she will never reach Shuya's level. Xiao Zhiru, who was seated next to Lin Yan, was taken aback as well. I didn't expect the old president to be here. She hasn't been in good health all these years, so she rarely shows herself. The last time I saw her was 2 years ago. I didn't expect her to be here today. End of chapter. Chapter 750. Qing Jingxiu had a high reputation in the country and even internationally. Her words carried a lot of weight and fame. To be presented with an award by such an important person, the value and prestige of the award had risen by several levels. Initially, Lin Shuya had thought that she was lucky to be able to make friends with Cheng Min. She hadn't expected that the old president would think so highly of her. However, she didn't let it show on her face. Instead, she maintained a humble expression and an appropriate amount of excitement. The moment Cheng Min finished her sentence, the camera panned to the backstage. Then, a gray-haired old lady with a big black cat in her arms slowly walked to the front of the stage. Cheng Min walked briskly to the old lady and supported her carefully. Step by step, she walked to the center of the stage. The moment Qing Jingxiu appeared, thunderous applause erupted from the audience. The live stream was also flooded with comments and gifts. The fans were all praising Qing Jingxiu's height and stature. The female host hurriedly supported the old lady's other side. President Cheng, I didn't expect you to be here today. This is the biggest surprise of the night. Lin Shuya, Gu Xinhan, and the other candidates bowed respectfully when they saw Qing Jingxiu. Qing Jingxiu stroked the big black cat in her arms with a kind and amiable expression on her face as she smiled and said, I'm just here to have a look. Don't steal the show. I decided to come at the last minute, so I hope I won't cause trouble for everyone. Gu Xinhan, who was standing beside her, chimed in obediently, of course not. It's an honor for us to have you here. The male host asked, oh yeah, old Cheng, I heard that Vice President Cheng mentioned that the charity Angel is the founder of Angel's Shelter. Is that true? Qing Jingxiu's expression became even more affectionate when she heard this. That's right. My body isn't that good, so I haven't gone out for a long time. I only found out about it after little Min mentioned it. I came over this time to see her. Qing Jingxiu's eyes scanned the candidates on the stage. However, she didn't see the person she was looking forward to meeting. Indeed, President Cheng had rushed over to attend the event because of Lin Shuya. The female host quickly led Qing Jingxiu over to Lin Shuya and introduced, President Cheng, this is Miss Lin Shuya. Lin Shuya bowed to the old president obediently. President Cheng, I've always respected you and admired your contributions to charity. I've always treated you as my role model. I'm really happy to be able to meet you today. Qing Jingxiu glanced at Lin Shuya. Her name sounded familiar, but she couldn't recall who it was. Lin Shuya glanced at the black cat in Qing Jingxiu's arms and praised it lovingly, what a cute cat. As he spoke, he reached out his hand to touch it. The black cat suddenly opened its eyes and glared at Lin Shuya coldly. It let out a warning whimper and stretched out its paw in the next second. Qing Jingxiu hurriedly hugged the black cat to prevent its claws from scratching Lin Shuya. Hey, Ingot. What's wrong? Ingot was usually lazy and didn't care about anything. He wouldn't take the initiative to attack anyone. Chapter 751. Lin Shuya jumped in fright and hurriedly retracted her hand. She looked a little awkward. The female host hurriedly tried to smooth things over. President Cheng, Shuya has been working hard to do charity work all these years. She's a hard-working and responsible young woman. It's no wonder that you value her so much. The female host smiled as she praised Lin Shuya and Qing Jingxiu. The incident ere the black cat had almost hurt Lin Shuya was also brushed aside. Only a few fans mentioned the scene on the bullet screen. That black cat is so fierce. It almost hurt Shuya. Our Shuya is so gentle. That black cat is too fierce. Yeah, it's too fierce. This cat doesn't look like a pet cat. It should be a stray cat. No wonder, on the stage, Qing Jingxiu's expression became even more suspicious. Didn't Little Min say that Xiaolin would be the charity angel tonight? Why wasn't Xiaolin on the stage? The host kept talking about this girl whom she didn't know and even said that she valued her highly. She didn't know this girl at all. Qing Jingxiu wondered if the entertainment industry was using this method to create hype. She couldn't help but feel a little displeased. Although her heart was full of questions, Qing Jingxiu wouldn't embarrass Qing Jingxiu in front of her. It wasn't appropriate for her to question Qing Min on the stage either. Hence, the smile on her face faded slightly. Lin Shuya, who was immersed in her excitement, didn't notice the change in Qing Jingxiu's expression. She replied, "No, I only did it for an insignificant matter. I'm still far from it. I can't be compared to President Cheng. President Cheng is the true embodiment of boundless love. All young people should learn from you. Shuya, don't be so humble. Everyone knows what you've done." The female host glanced at the screen. Wow. There are less than 5 minutes left before the voting ends. Shuya is still in first place. It seems like there's no doubt about who will be the charity angel tonight. Congratulations, Shuya. The fans on the bullet screen started to celebrate. There wasn't any doubt in the first place. Shuya will definitely be the charity angel. Congratulations to Fairy Shuya for being the charity angel this year. Congratulations to Fairy Shuya. At this moment, Qing Jingxiu finally noticed the big screen behind her. She saw the first name. It was the girl whom the host had introduced to her. Lin Shuya. Lin Shuya? Miss Lin Shuya founded Angel's Shelter 6 years ago to save stray animals. From a small, run-down yard, it has grown into the largest animal rescue center in the country. It's even famous overseas. She has put in a lot of effort and has been contributing to charity all these years. Lin Shuya's eyes lit up. If there's an angel in the world, it would be a girl like Shuya. Tonight, Miss Lin Shuya deserves to be our charity ambassador. She is the best spokesperson for charity. When Qing Jingxiu heard the host mention that Lin Shuya had founded Angel's Shelter, her expression had darkened. When she heard that Lin Shuya was going to be the charity angel, her expression turned icy. Although she was old, her mind was not muddled. Initially, she hadn't understood what was going on. She had assumed that Lin Shuya had colluded with the host to say that she valued her and wanted to use her fame to boost her popularity. Chapter 752. Then, she noticed that the first name on the screen wasn't Xiaolin. She assumed that Xiaolin had been overtaken by Lin Shuya. Then, she heard the host say that Lin Shuya was the founder of Angel's Shelter. She finally snapped back to her senses. How could Lin Shuya be the founder of Angel's Shelter? She had no idea who this girl was. Amidst the enthusiastic applause, the female host handed the microphone to Qing Jingxiu. "President Cheng, do you have anything to say to this year's charity ambassador?" Although Qing Jingxiu had turned a blind eye to worldly affairs, she had been through a lot. She quickly sorted out the situation and had a rough idea of what had happened. Qing Jingxiu stroked the black cat in her arms as she glanced at Qing Min. "Xiao Min, is Miss Lin Shuya the founder of Angel's Shelter?" Qing Min nodded. "Yes." Qing Jingxiu glanced at Lin Shuya and asked, "Miss Lin Shuya, I heard from the host that you were the founder of Angel's Shelter. Is that true?" Qing Jingxiu found it odd that Lin Shuya was asking this question repeatedly. However, Lin Shuya, who was immersed in the ceremony in Han Yishuan's proposal, didn't notice Qing Jingxiu's strange behavior. Her cheeks were flushed with excitement as she nodded. "Yes, I founded it when I was still a student. At that time, there wasn't much attention paid to it, so it was tough at the beginning. I was fighting alone, but fortunately, I made it through. Thank you, everyone, for your support." Qing Jingxiu's face turned even colder when she heard this. The host sighed as though she was trying to exaggerate Lin Shiya's hardships. It has been tough for Shiya. At a young age, she was divorced by her mother and a good-for-nothing sister. She had to work part-time to earn some money for her school fees and living expenses. The money she saved for charity was all earned by her hard work. The female host continued to speak with righteous indignation. After Shiya became famous, someone even slandered her. That person was her biological sister. Not only had she accused Lin Shiya of being the third party, but she had also claimed that she had founded Angel's Shelter. The host's words instigated a flurry of criticism from the fans. Tears welled up in Lin Shiya's eyes as she said, "Although it was tough, I never regretted establishing Angel's Shelter." Qing Jingxiu interrupted Lin Shiya for the first time. "Miss Lin, may I interrupt you?" Lin Shiya was just about to get emotional, but she had no choice but to stop herself. "President Qing, I'm willing to listen to your advice." Qing Jingxiu's expression had turned cold. She didn't even try to hide it. Even Lin Shiya could see it. She didn't know why, but she felt uneasy. Qing Jingxiu stroked the black cat in her arms and replied expressionlessly, "I wouldn't dare to advise you. However, there is something that I don't understand. Miss Lin Shiya, did you say that you single-handedly founded Angel's Shelter?" Qing Jingxiu paused for a moment before she continued. 6 years ago, on May 18th, Angel's Shelter was founded. I watched it grow from a toddler to a towering tree. As one of the founders and witnesses of Angel's Shelter, no one knows its history better than me. There are 2 founders of Angel's Shelter. One is me, and the other is a friend of mine. Why have I never heard that Miss Lin Shiya was the one who founded Angel's Shelter? Chapter 753. The moment Qing Jingxiu finished speaking, the crowd burst into an uproar. What had President Qing just said? President Qing was one of the founders of Angel's Shelter? Why hadn't Lin Shiya mentioned anything about it? Based on what President Qing had said, there were 2 founders of Angel's Shelter. One of them was her, while the other wasn't Lin Shiya. Lin Shiya was the one who was most shocked. Wasn't Angel's Shelter founded by her sister? How could she be related to President Qing? This sudden turn of events sent the crowd into a state of chaos. The host snapped back to her senses. "President Qing, did you just say that you're one of the founders of Angel's Shelter?" At this moment, the gentleness and kindness on Qing Jingxiu's face had completely turned into coldness. She said word by word, "Although I'm also one of the founders, I actually didn't do much. My health isn't good, and my family doesn't want me to work too hard. Even Xiao Min doesn't know that I've been involved in Angel's Shelter. All these years, my friend has been managing Angel's Shelter. She is the true founder of Angel's Shelter. Hence, I would like to ask Miss Lin Shiya why she said that she had single-handedly founded Angel's Shelter." Lin Shiya's face was as white as a sheet. She had never imagined that Lin Yan would be acquainted with President Qing. Furthermore, President Qing had participated in the founding of Angel's Shelter. Although she had managed to get all the old employees to keep their mouths shut and she had provided all sorts of evidence, nothing could refute President Qing's words. Who would dare to doubt the words of President Qing Jingxiu? Indeed, as soon as Qing Jingxiu said this, everyone started to whisper among themselves. What's going on? Was Lin Shiya not the founder of Angel's Shelter? That's impossible. The donation records are there, but President Qing can't be wrong, right? I have no choice but to ask who the real founder is. The female host tried to smooth things over awkwardly. President Qing, is there a misunderstanding? Lin Shiya has been working hard for Angel's Shelter all these years. How could she not be the founder? Of course, Qing Jingxiu knew what was going on. I'm sure Miss Lin Shiya knows whether she's the founder or the thief who stole the fruits of others. Lin Shiya forced herself to calm down. She looked aggrieved. I didn't. President Qing. You must be mistaken, Qing Jingxiu's face darkened when she saw that Lin Xia was still trying to deny it. Miss Lin Xia, are you saying that I'm lying? Usually, Qing Jingxiu looked gentle and loving. However, when she was angry, she was unusually strict. Lin Xia hurriedly shook her head. No, that's not possible. I didn't mean that. Lin Xia was still betting that Qing Jingxiu wouldn't make things ugly. After all, today was an important day, and it was a live broadcast. It would affect the reputation of the charity organization. However, what Lin Xia didn't know was that Qing Jingxiu was a very protective person. She hated people who used underhanded means. Lin Xia had stepped on her reverse scale. Naturally, she was furious. Chapter 754. Qing Jingxiu finally recalled why Lin Xia's name sounded so familiar. Wasn't Lin Xia the sister of Xiaolin? She had never imagined that Xiaolin's sister would steal Xiaolin's research and allow the host to slander Xiaolin. What did he mean by an incompetent sister? What did he mean by slandering her? Xiaolin was such a good child. Even if others didn't know her well, how could her sister treat her this way? Although she hadn't been involved in this matter for many years, she was determined to seek justice for Xiaolin today. The black cat in her arms seemed to agree with its owner as it let out a meow. The director, the assistant director, and the rest of the people below the stage were panicking. They kept winking at the two hosts on the stage, hoping that the two of them would smooth things over. This was a live broadcast. It was a national broadcast. However, Qing Jingxiu was fuming with rage, so the two hosts didn't dare to speak. They stood there helplessly, not knowing how to deal with the situation. Qing Min could only ask, Mother, didn't you say that Xiaolin was the founder of Angel's Shelter when I mentioned it to you? When the female host saw that Vice President Sheng had spoken, she felt as if she had been pardoned. She quickly said, Yes, there's no mistake. Lin Xia clenched her fists tightly. Xiaolin, if the Xiaolin that Qing Jingxiu was referring to wasn't her, then it had to be. Qing Jingxiu glanced at the female host and Lin Xia before she replied coldly, I was referring to Xiaolin, not Miss Lin Xia. She had told Little Min that she was referring to Xiaolin. Little Min must have misunderstood and thought that she was referring to Lin Xia. Everyone was even more confused as they glanced at each other. Was there a second Xiaolin? The comments section of the live broadcast was flooded with comments. What the F***ck is going on? Why am I so confused? I'm confused. What was going on with this President Sheng who had popped out of nowhere? Why isn't Xia the founder of Angel's Shelter? She already said it's Xiaolin, but now she's saying it's not Lin Xia. Is she suffering from dementia? What's the background of President Sheng? Has she been bribed to frame Xia? In the past, when Lin Xia's fans spoke up to defend her, many would agree with them. However, as soon as they said that, they were immediately criticized by the passers-by. I can't take it anymore. Previous poster, you idiot. If you're uncultured, then read more books. Do you know who Qing Jingxiu is? How dare you say such insulting words? Lin Xia's diehard fans are going crazy. How could he say something like that? Ms. Qing Jingxiu's contributions to China and the rest of the world are enough to be recorded in history. Why the F***ck would a great person like her have to frame a small artist like you? I think those fans are furious that Lin Xia has been exposed. At this moment, Qing Min, who was on the stage, frowned and asked, then the founder that Mother mentioned is. The host and the other candidates also looked at Qing Jingxiu. Oh, her. Qing Jingxiu's expression softened as she gently stroked the big black cat in her arms. However, when her gaze swept across the audience below the stage, it instantly became stern and solemn. Qing Jingxiu's gaze swept across everyone as she enunciated each word clearly. I usually call my friend Xiaolin. That's why Xiaolin got it wrong. Her full name is Lin Yan, which means Doublewood Lin. You're tuning into the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.